guys, this guy had just turned 11 months, so this is our second to last update. We're gonna do your update and then we're gonna be all done with that. So a lot of things have changed this month. This kid is moving finally. He's crawling around, which is great. Dogs don't like it, but I think it's great. He did it in his own time. We didn't have to go to the specialist. They never actually called us, so I never called back, yada yada. Just let him do it on his own, and he is moving. He is now actually starting to try and climb up on things. He doesn't get any higher than his knees, so he'll do like this. He'll crawl on my legs, the couches, but he doesn't try to get up on his feet yet, just his knees. But he's moving, so we are so excited about that. Anyways, we will start the update as usual with the weight and height. As for weight, I went in the bathroom and weighed myself, then weighed him, and then did the difference. He was 26 pounds. Hi. It's pill day for somebody, so she's a little emotional, so she's going to be here with us. Hey, those are my notes. We're not going to play with the notes. You can come over here and play with all these lovely toys. I have no idea what his height is. I don't have a really easy way of telling because it's really hard to, measure him, especially by yourself. You gonna get that doggy? So we'll start talking about eating. Not much has changed. He's still eating 3 solid meals. The one thing we have started doing is giving him a snack. After his first nap, he's awake for a longer stretch, so he'll have his 4-ounce bottle that he usually has, but then that doesn't get him to last until his nap. Well, he has his lunch too, but anyways, that isn't enough. So around this time, he actually just had it, so around 1:30, he'll have a little bit of a snack. He'll have something small, like little teethers or just some fruit or some Cheerios, just something to hold him over before he has his nap time bottle. We're still doing that. He's still having the bottle split up in 4 ounces because he still is spitting up. But this is going to be his last month with formula, which we are so excited about to get rid of formula. I haven't done enough research on how I want to transition him yet. I am pretty sure that I don't want to transition him to cow's milk. I think I want to do goat milk instead. It should be easier on his system, but we don't know yet. I would much prefer to do plant milk, but it's a lot more expensive, especially doing it that way, and so we're just going to go with what we get. So we're going to go with goat milk probably to start with. The only other thing new with eating has been throwing food. He has now learned that if he throws food on the floor, the dogs react. So he started doing that. So I've occasionally had to put the dogs away while he's eating. Not too much though, because usually he just wants to eat his food. But sometimes if I don't know if it's because he's not ready to eat or what, but he'll just start throwing it just to watch the dogs eat it. So we're working with that. Not that you can, see because he's hidden by this dog. Kiana, what are you doing? Moving on to sleep. Again, not much has changed there. He's still going to bed around 7:30, still getting up around 6:37. He's not having any formula during the night, but around 5:30, he'll have a couple ounces of water. And I think the reason that he has an issue with going back to sleep then is because pretty much everybody in the house is awake at that point. I get up at 5:30, my husband gets up at 5:45, my mom gets up at 5:45 as well, so there's a lot of activity going on. Even though we try to be quiet, I still think it stirs him awake. So been giving him the water, he drinks that and usually goes back to sleep. Some mornings he has more of a difficult time, like this morning he actually got up at 6 because he had a really hard time going back to sleep. But he's sleeping through the night generally. Occasionally he'll wake up upset and I have to give him his Wubba Nub and rub his back, calm him down a little bit. But the big thing about this month is he has popped a molar. So he got his first molar this month, and actually right now he's working on his second. It hasn't broke through yet, but it's all inflamed and irritated. So that's been the big thing that with this month is a lot of pain going on in his mouth. When he popped his molar, he actually bled quite a bit, which I read is normal, but nobody that I knew had dealt with that, so that was interesting. So kind of expecting that with this next one, not sure. But that, I think, has been what has kind of messed with his sleep, with him waking up in the middle of the night and needing to be soothed. This, head pain, ear pain, all that kind of stuff going on with teeth. So we've been dealing with that. He's still chewing on everything, and I'm pretty sure for the same reason. He hasn't really gotten a break from teething. He's been teething since forever. I feel like, because he started having teething symptoms around 2 months, and since then he's been continuing on with the same thing. It's just not until 6 months he actually popped his first one, and now he's working on number 10. It's insane. And he's actually going to see the dentist at the beginning of next month. I believe it's on the 3rd, so that'll be interesting because they're expecting not to see any teeth. When I talk to them, they're like, oh, we're just gonna look in there, check out his jaw. Most kids, don't really have any teeth by this point. This kid's got a lot. So that's gonna be interesting. And he's leaving us, so looks like it's just me and you. And movement, as you can see, already crawling on his knees. He's going places. He's still using his walker a lot. We're actually trying to put shoes on his feet more often now because anytime that we're trying to walk with him, he's on his toes. In the walker, he's on his toes. When we hold his hands, he's on his toes. So we need to get him to be more comfortable flat-footed. So we're putting on shoes to try and help that. I haven't really noticed a difference, but that was Nana's idea, so we're rolling with it. At the very beginning of this month, he actually started sitting up on his own. Now he's been holding himself up sitting for a long time now. But as for being laying down and then getting up into the sitting position, he actually just started doing that. So that was a huge improvement, and then it went into the crawling and the knees, so there's tons of movement going on. I definitely have to be way more diligent with watching him. I can't, walk out of the room or whatever, especially with the dogs, because he'll go and pull their hair and make them mad, or he'll get into something he's not supposed to. We're not planning on really baby-proofing. We did a little bit, like I blocked the outlets, and I'll probably put the little cupboard ones on the stuff with cleaners and things and that. But mostly we're just working on the obedience of what to do and not to do. A lot of no's going around, which he cries every time I say no, but he's definitely going to have to get used to that one. As for social, he has gotten a lot more clingy, and I think that has to do maybe with the teeth, I'm not sure. But anytime he sees anybody out, he clings to me, he whines a little bit. He doesn't really like meeting new people. So that he was social when he was really young, and now that's slowly going away. So I don't know what changed, but he isn't the biggest fan of people anymore. He is like terrified of my brother. Anytime my brother comes over, he just like screams and wants nothing to do with him, which is really weird. I don't know why. I don't know what particular about him. It's not like he has like purple hair or anything like that. Just, glasses, tall, whatever. He looks like a normal guy, but he just freaks out when he sees him. Another surprise was he got his first dark hair. Now, Isaiah is very, very blonde. Jeff and I are both very, very dark brown. I was blonde when I was younger, as well as my mom, and my brother is still blonde. So I'm not surprised that he's blonde, but I do know that it's going to change. I know there's no way he's going to stay blonde. And I actually, on the side of his head, I found the first dark hair. So I know it's going to happen. I didn't get dark hair until a couple years, so I'm surprised that it's changing so quick. But at the same time, Jeff was never blonde, so I don't really know. But the blue eyes have stuck, so he's got that, but I know the blonde hair isn't going to hang out. On to likes and dislikes. We'll start with the dislikes. Still hates noise, wants nothing to do with it. We did take him to an event with a bunch of trucks and sirens and things like that, and he handled that one pretty well. I was very surprised. They even had a helicopter land, and he didn't freak out. I don't know if it was because he was overtired because he didn't get a nap and he was just like in a daze, but he held it together a lot better than I expected. The other thing that's new that he really dislikes is crawling to you when you ask him to. He has no problem crawling up to you on his own. If you ask him to crawl to you, he like puts his head down and starts crying like, no, I don't want to do the work. If you want me, come and get me. So it's, I don't know, but yeah, if you ask him, he cries. If he does it on his own, he'll climb right up your leg. Some of his likes have been bubbles. We've been going outside when it's nice and blowing some bubbles, and he loves watching them, and he loves when they're near him so he can pop them. He doesn't really like when they land on him, but he likes to pop them when they land on our blanket or in the grass next to him. You coming back over here? You gonna join us? Hi. He really likes bird watching. He loves looking out this window and watching the birds in the grass. He's just fascinated with them. We went on a road trip and we were out at a rest stop. Let's move that. And he just loved watching the birds in the grass. There's just something about birds that really fascinates him. Even though he doesn't like meeting new people, he really likes going shopping. That's really the only place we go when we get out of the house. So he loves looking at the lights and all the different colors and that kind of stuff. He has no problem riding in the cart. He just enjoys being out and about. As long as nobody tries to talk to him. If the cashiers try to talk to him or clerks, or if we see somebody we know, he gets upset. But otherwise, he just loves shopping. His newest fascination have been shoes. Whether it's my fuzzy slippers or something with laces, he loves everybody's shoes, and he loves strings. So like the little strings on the jacket or like on shoes. He just wants to untie them and play with them, mostly stick them in his mouth. He wants to put everything in his mouth still. I know that stage ends eventually, but for now, it's all mouth. And I think that about wraps it up for this update. That's everything that's going on. If you want to follow along for more current stuff, I do post on Instagram. I actually just posted his 11th month picture today, so you can go ahead and follow us there. The link will be in the description below, and you can see more pictures of this cute guy. And that is everything. So we've got one more update and then we are done. You're gonna be a year here soon. We gotta get to planning your party. Well, anyways, thanks for watching and see you guys next time.